Weather apps now.
We are going to get you moving this morning in the right way. That's the word to underline, because Jake Madole is back on the show. He has Madhouse Performance down in Port Oglethorpe. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Good to be back.
We're standing up because in a minute Jake's going to put me to the test, and y'all can watch and see how my results go. But it is Madhouse Performance. Performance is the operative word. So for folks who might not know who you are, remind us of what you do there at Madhouse.
Yes, ma'am. So you hear a lot in today's fitness world. Performance can be kind of an intimidating word. A lot of people might think that it pertains just to your elite athletes. That's not the case. Performance is kind of merely defined as moving and doing well and optimal in whatever physical setting you're in, whatever the demographic may be, right? So physical performance for you, Julie, looks a little different than some of my pro pitchers, but it doesn't negate the fact that you guys are all working hard to achieve what optimal performance looks like in each of your fields.
If you have optimal performance, then that also creates not only the optimal outcome from that performance, but it also prevents injury. Is
Absolutely,
that right?
Absolutely. And so, you know, the better we can prepare you for whatever life endeavors you have, the more healthy you'll be.
Okay, so the timing of our conversation today is a little bit coincidental. On my way into work this morning, I was talking to my husband. He's an avid walker. He's had a difficult time with a shoe of late. He's got a funny foot.
Okay.
And I made the great mistake of saying to my husband, well, maybe you've just reached that point where you need to switch your sport and not walk. You ought to think about doing something else. No, Julie, that is not the case at all. So was he right, or am I right, or is he right? Do we reach a point where we age out?
I would beg to say no, right? If he wants to be an avid walker, that's where he comes to me and say, hey, look, these are the things that I want to do physically. Help me get there. And then I take that information in. I run him through our assessment. I see where he does well, he moves well, and then I take that info to then better make a program that's made specifically for him if that's something that he wants to do.
It is so customized what you do that you offer individual one-on-one private sessions, you offer some group things. If you're part of the group, you're still looking to see, some people may enter the group unable to do something.
Yes.
So you modify for them.
Absolutely. So there are progressions and regressions for everything that we do. Like we were talking about earlier, we might say in the Muscle Moms class be doing a back squat, but through some assessment scores for some various other people, we might regress that into a goblet squat or something a little bit different to meet the need of the client right there. Again, the movement and movement patterns are the same, but how we go about achieving that movement might be a little bit different for everyone depending on the way they move and their assessment scores.
Okay, before you put me to the test that we promised you, you really run the gamut of who you serve. So you've got middle school athletes looking to go high school and then eventually college, high school seniors looking for those scholarships, 50-somethings like me who don't want to age ungracefully. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I'm able to serve those demographics a whole lot more efficiently through the partners that I have. Elite Dietetics is the dietary company that I'm partnered with. They do an amazing job taking care of all your nutrition needs, whether that's they take care of some of my pro athletes, some of my regular clients. It doesn't really matter who you are. They're some of the best in the business. I am a little bit biased. The owner is my mother, but the results speak for themselves. So go ahead and check them out. Also, Chat Ball, if any ball players in the area, they're located right next to us. In my opinion, they're the premier baseball training facility in the area. We do have some options that provide training in the weight room and then training in the cage. So we just got a Rapsodo for all you ball players out there that know what that is. Tracks pitch velo, exit velocity, all those good things. So if you want to get better, Chat Ball's the place to be for all you baseball guys.
And Jake would know because he's a baseball guy.
Yeah, I'm a little bit biased.
Okay, so what are you going to have me do this morning?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to take this little contraption here. We used it last time to do a little mobility assessment. We're going to do a little strength and stability test here, okay? So I'm going to have you go ahead and wrap that around your waist there. So a lot of places will have you do a plank assessment, And that's great. And I've been doing that for a while, but thanks to Output Sports and their awesome tech that they have, I'm gonna have you pull that a little bit tighter.
Oh, it goes that
you
way.
go.
Okay.
We're gonna look at her actual stability throughout a plank. So the average American can barely only plank for a minute. So we're gonna have you plank for a minute here. And what this little sensor on the back is gonna do, yep, there it is, beautiful. All right, it's going to track your movement throughout the plank. So it's not merely just a completion score. When you do complete said time of 60 seconds, we're going to look at how well you move or don't move throughout the plank. Okay? So the goal here is to get an overall score of a little bit less than 1 or around 1. We want you to be around that 1.0 range. Okay? So you guys will be able to see real time as the score kind of changes throughout, as she moves or as she doesn't move.
Okay, I guess in full disclosure, I do not do planks.
That's okay.
I guess I'm a typical American.
Hey, that's okay. This is one of our newer tests that we're going to be doing on all our athletes here. All right, so I'm going to let you get down there. Yep.
Okay, you ready?
All right, I'm going to tell you ready. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I'm going to turn this here so you can see the screen.
And I'm not going to look, I'm afraid.
All right, so as you guys can see, the score in the middle is moving very quickly, and she's doing a great job of staying still. It's staying right under 1. You're doing a great job, Julie. Hang in there, girl.
Okay.
Hang in there.
I'm determined to win now.
You got 40 seconds left. You're doing great.
40 seconds?
You're doing great.
That's a whole new
I'm not going to tell you how much time you have. You just keep going.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Okay, well, keep on going. You're doing great, girl.
I'm
You're doing
afraid my
great.
shoes are going to slip. This floor is slippery.
She's doing it in heels, everybody. It's very impressive.
Hey, do I get a raise if I make this happen?
Hey, talk to your supervisor.
There you go. It is.
Okay, we got almost 10 seconds left. Hang in there, Julie. Let's go.
Okay, I'm shaking a little bit, though. Does that affect it?
You're doing great. You're doing great. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nicely done. Great job. Great job. All right, so everybody here, I don't know if you can see. That's all right. It's at 1.12. There it is, everybody. Julie, you did an amazing job. That's a fantastic stability score.
Okay,
so that is awesome.
So the benefit to me in being able to do that and hold it
Yes.
is that worked my core more.
Absolutely.
If I had not been able to do that and I had been kind of wiggling around, would that have indicated to you that I have maybe instability on a part of my body? Or?
Yes, and from a tracking standpoint, as we do this every 8 weeks or so, I will go back and retest. We'll be able to see how that score has changed. So not only are we able to track can you do a plank or not, we're able to see how well you move throughout the plank, right?
Okay.
Are we flopping around, or are you nice and stable? And this is a fantastic score, but over the course of 6 to 8 weeks of training, the hope would be that score goes down even more.
So suppose that I came to you.
Absolutely.
Would you eventually test me to see how long I could hold that beyond a minute?
We could in some various settings, but from an assessment standpoint goes, I like to keep everything pretty standard and use the data of the stability to be our marker, right? But in a training setting, there'll be times where we have fun and compete a little bit and say, all right, who can hold the plank the longest?
Well, thanks. You kind of boosted my self-esteem.
Hey, well, I'm impressed. You did great.
I really owe you one. So here's how you can reach him. It's Madhouse Performance. He's down on Battlefield Parkway. Cross Street, in Fort Oglethorpe. We always think Battlefield Parkway when we think Fort Oglethorpe. There's his phone number. Find him online at madhouseperformance.net. Again, he does group sessions. He does individual sessions. Regardless of what you choose, all of it is totally tailored to you. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I'm kind of out of breath.
Ashley's fall semi-annual sale is going on now. For